So, Demi, you are contemplating a person getting into a car with Walda and looking for Leslie when the realization hits. What is your reaction?
Run.
You take off running, Walda just raises an eyebrow and starts running after you.
Yeah, thank God she followed me. I knew she would.
Wait, what's wrong? I thought you wanted a car.
Just keep up.
Okay, give me a Dex Athletics roll, Demi. Do you want to buff before you do this?
Not too late. I already rolled it.
How afraid is this bitch of you, and how well does she understand what you actually meant there? No, you just poured blood into this dude's face and left. She probably
has no idea.
Yeah.
She doesn't know who he is. She doesn't know what threat he is. He's just some gangrel.
Yeah, and to her, she was just rewarded by the Elder for being friendly and cooperating in her own fashion.
I don't even think she knows he's an elder.
Yeah. She was rewarded by her higher-ups. To her, this is the normal reward process. They don't explain, they just leave you a body and do what you want with it.
God damn it.
Holy crap! As you rush in, there is a body with a torn out throat and a very happy Zimitzi there.
Why is it that I can Sabat in a Camarilla game, but cannot Camarilla in a Sabat game? No way.
Okay, so 1 is Fortitude dot, 2 is a Protean dot.
We do remember that we did rule that such a recent, turning generally doesn't give anything.
There is a gap of 4 generations there. I would say the raw. Yeah, I would say the raw potency of the blood would help, and generally you can always get at least 1 dot if you are going down in generations the way we've ruled it.
We have ruled that too. That is true.
So
I was just reminding you that you did make that rule somewhat to prevent players from taking a low generation, turning somebody, then having another player kill them and gain it that way.
I think it thematically fits here, and there's a big difference between a Neonate / Ancilla doing it and a 6th century Elder doing it like Demi.
Okay.
I would say he's potent enough in blood to have moved beyond that particular limitation. In this case.
Yep, that's up to you. I was just, reminding you that was something we did.
Yeah. So you rush in. Walda rushes in. About 60 seconds later, takes in the scene. Demi, now I need you to roll conscience, because you just had some innocent dude's soul eaten, which was a lot worse than just killing him.
8.
Difficulty 8, yes.
Difficulty.
Yeah, you feel horrible.
2? Just a quick question, because he kind of was the cause of his death, and then the cause of his soul death. I don't think that's an automatic, but I think it might require 2.
I would say it's 1, because it's one extremely horrible act.
Okay.
And you feel horrible about it, Demi.
Of course I fucking do.
But she's somewhat fuller of blood, in theory. Actually, no, soul points, so he didn't say give blood.
Nope, soul points don't. He was filled with some blood. I don't believe he was drained dry, or
no, he wasn't. But that would have been burned off before. Extremely powerful blood in some of the books can help you heal faster. I'm debating letting her heal 1 point of ag for this.
That is right.
4 gens is a big gap. However you slice it. You know what? Sure, for thematic reasons, so there's a visual cue to what she's done. The burns are visibly less bad. Just lying against the wall there with a just blissful smile on her face, high as a kite. Like, ah.
I
How does this make Halvdan feel other than really bad? In particular about his abilities.
feel like I'm bad.
Do you still feel like you should be prince?
Hey, parenting and being a prince isn't fully the same, yes.
You couldn't run one neonate!
My mind is for greater schemes and things, Kappa. I'm contemplating.
Okay, Waldo doesn't notice things, good.
Would I do that? Or I feel like in a sort of small, in feeling bad and anger, I'm not keeping her alive. That's for sure. No.
It was the prince's order as payback for your fuck up. You're gonna need a reason for killing her.
Yeah, that's okay. Right now, something else is on my mind. I'm now just contemplating. Would I use claws and attack her? Or first fucking scare her into oblivion? Until she's nothing, and then I just basically can... But wait, if I just take her down to like do an extended, and then she just like curls up, can I just do a coup de grace at that point, or what?
I mean, she's not gonna be able to fight you very well. She's still very badly wounded. And she's high as a kite. If you want to end her, you could.
Yeah, so what you're telling me is just basically just claws and end her, right?
If that's what you want to do. It's been... This is the night where she was delivered to you. It will be suspicious if you just report back right away, yeah, she died horribly, it had to be done. Not that suspicious, because she's a sapat fuck, but she was cooperative with Bacon, so he might be like,
Yeah, I know, but... No. And think she's... Sort of like for thematic reasons, I somehow want to dread gaze instead of just ending her.
Waldo's
But I just
watching
wanna
all
also-
of this, FYI.
I know Waldo's watching this.
Do you want to risk pissing Waldo off?
So she's high as a kite right there. She's not really reactive, right?
Not right now, no. She might get an instinct roll to snap out of it if she had a reason to, but for now, yeah, she's high. Oh, you poor sod.
I know. I You know what? I feel like this is really the only way I would do it. Since Valda is watching, this is going to look bad as fuck. But I feel like this is how I would do it. So I'll do it. Grow the
Actually,
claws. What?
this is complete bullshit as situations go. As far as Halvdans concerned, this is exactly the kind of shit he hates. Give me frenzy checks at a say 6, because this is beyond any kind of acceptable shit. Okay, keep rolling. Keep rolling. Okay, you do not make the shambling walk permanent just yet.
Yeah, I think as I was gonna say, is grow claws, and as they grow up, I just turn to Valda and say, "I'll explain everything later."
The fuck are you? What? No, don't. Don't fucking no.
Rawr!
Walda would like to try and use charisma expression to try and convince you that this is a very, very, very stupid idea and you shouldn't. I'm gonna say the base difficulty is 8 since you really want to. Does that seem fair?
Yeah, that seems fair.
So, unfortunately, Walda has an expression aptitude. So she sounds extremely convincing that this is a horrible idea.
Does that make you change your mind?
She's saying all the right things. Don't become the monster that they are. You wanted to fix them, don't let them win, etc.
On the other hand,
Like I said, it's 4 successes with a base of 8. So
I know,
she's
I know,
extremely
I'm going to change
convincing.
I know. I'm going to just, while she's still sort of in her high, I'm just going to explain quickly what the fuck happened to Valda, because I can trust Valda. I know I trusted Valda before. That's why I'm much more leaning to telling her more. I'm just going to basically quickly explain that I made a mistake and that I accidentally seemed to have childed somebody, and then this bitch ate him.
Huh. My... It's still a fucking bad idea. You shouldn't do it.
Dude,
Not like this. She's gonna fuck up again if you want to kill her. Just wait for a real excuse. This isn't the
I love
fucking
this is all being
way.
said in front of her.
do I can't just leave her like this. I have to do something.
Fucking punish her in some way once she gets down. For fuck's sake, Teddy. Are you like retarded or something?
Okay, fuck you, Chris. That's not. Fuck you.
This is like the lamppost thing. You think with something other than your head. Just think for a fucking second.
Okay, fine. I know. Thank you, Balda.
When the Malkavian is the sane one in the conversation. The stupid
Sounds very
Malkavian.
Punishment. I'm gonna ask Valda. I want to do it. I want to do it. This is the problem. Out of character. What about dread gaze? Do you think a good scare would fix her a little bit?
I guess you Yeah, if she was more scared of you, yes, and not leaving vampires where she can eat them is probably a good idea. You kind of just tossed him to her like a snack, like I I I what I'm not sure that she understood she wasn't supposed to.
I'm feeling the same as well. Yes.
Mickey is picking up every fifth word.
You know, there's that thing though. Scaring, like, I don't know. This might just be Hollywood, but scaring somebody when they're high, I feel like it's very effective. I mean, have you ever seen somebody fucking on LSD or cocaine just getting fucking spooked the hell high?
This is more like a
Not
rush of
particularly.
euphoria. It's not hallucinogenic in any way.
Oh.
I mean, you can
Hmm.
definitely fuck her up if you wish in some way.
Hmm.
Right. She did not luck out on that, so she would have a dot of fortitude now.
I don't know. I feel like I would dread gaze as a punishment. I just think I would do that. And an extended one as well.
Just see how well she's digesting the fuck just ahead of time. Okay, that's one fail. Wonderful. Okay. So in theory, she should be semi-okay eventually.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like I would do an extended dread gaze on her.
And the difficulty is with courage. Yeah, you would eventually succeed. It's... You would first have to slap her out of her hide to make her pay attention to you, but eventually she would be in a quivering heap in front of you. Why, you bastard? Why? I didn't do anything.
By the way, if I said anything right now, she'd just get more scared, wouldn't she?
She might, yes. There's nothing. You can definitely use the dread gaze to make your point.
Yeah. Um. You know, even then, I feel like I would still try and speak something, even though she might not fully comprehend me through the fear. I still feel like it might bring a valuable lesson not to do what I didn't say in a sense. Just basically, you know what I'm getting at.
Okay, so what do
So
you say specifically?
I think at this point, it's high time to actually give her the proper instruction. So basically, I'm just gonna be talking about what she should do, what she shouldn't do, how the things work here, and who the fuck I am, and why you shouldn't have done that.
This was your first test. That's 2 strikes against you. Actually, that's almost 3 strikes. It's being Zimitzi is half a strike and on its own. You have half a strike left, don't waste it. Okay, give me a charisma expression. Enchanting voice does not apply to this. This is pure terror, so roll at 6.
Yeah, okay. Please let the dice be good. Yes!
Oh shit!
Does forceful apply?
Yes.
Yes.
I think you just triggered another conviction roll because she says she's really, really sorry. And she's not supposed to do that.
I think you just broke her.
Okay, so she's starting to look more and more bestial. She is down to 1 or 2 dots of the path of night. Keep going. You're almost at a, ravening white.
The side note though, I do have the occult. I remember at least in the book, I'm not sure how you do it actually, but when you're going on a different path, you have to be like what 2, 3 humanities. So right now she's actually eligible to actually change, right?
Yes, but she has to contemplate her new path for a year and she needs a minimum of willpower 5 to make a switch.
Right then.
So you've broken her, but that doesn't mean you're necessarily gonna have. You won her undivided attention and terror. She is not gonna cross you again knowingly.
This makes learning much more easier.
I mean, I don't think she crossed you knowingly before, but
Christ.
Even I'm scared of those successes.
God, it would have been such a shit show. I'm not sure Waldo would have been able or sufficiently motivated to cover for you if you had just ended her there. That, especially after just dumping that fuck upon her, that's a lot to swallow.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so switching back to Epic.
Thank you. Let me have some rest.
Give me an Auspex roll at 7. Okay, so this is probably something that's gonna happen after the princedom is resolved in some way, and you would sense it coming, so you would be able to prepare, but some kind of another supernatural is looking for you and is eventually gonna find you.
oh, cool.
Do you wish to take any precautions with where you sleep, how you act during your daily nights, etc.?
I think the only thing I would do would be to just make sure that there is some form of help nearby, but not necessarily just, always near me or anything, just nearby.
Okay,
Whether
so,
I'm just near the gangrels in general, or if I'm just,
alright. That is
fools.
perfectly reasonable. Give me a perception and aspects rating roll for waking up during the day.
Oh, perception and aspects. Okay. Difficulty is 8, right?
Yes. Okay. And before this, if you wish to make... Actually, give me a perception alertness at 6. This is taking into account that you have aspects ready to go, and on occasion use it. That's what allows this to be a thing. Yeah, you would definitely have noticed. There's gonna be a series of different women watching you, but strangely very similar body language that, while usually it's subtle enough to not be noticed, you would have noticed that someone who's wearing many different faces apparently was homing in on you several previous nights.
Oh, cool.
So, one day you would be blinking the sleep out of your eyes, and I'm gonna let you auto succeed on staying awake because you're not gonna be in immediate danger. She's gonna let you wake up, but she's just gonna be, probably sitting on something next to you, tapping her fingers like on the lid of a box, waiting for you to blink the sleep out of your eyes.
I'll go ahead and sit up. Hey there!
Hi.
Nice to finally meet you.
Yeah. How the fuck do you know my name?
Well, one of the other, I'm not sure if you know a Malkavian thing, but one of my underlings was rooting around in Halvdan's head and started getting really scared. So I went and checked it out as well and tried to fix the situation. Yeah,
Which underling?
that's kind of how that. What?
Which underling?
Uh, well, I know you fairly well from all that. I'll presume you aren't going to go and try and kill him because I have managed to calm him down and everything. Uh, don't do that. That'd be very bad.
She just
But
goes,
it
tell
was
me the
Bobby.
names of everyone that knows my name to your knowledge. And she's using the voice of heaven for this.
Oh, I was going to tell her anyway, but okay. Bobby, me, Halvdan? I think that's everyone I know about.
Mm-hmm. Don't worry, it fails anyway. This is beyond unacceptable. I don't like people poking their noses in my life.
I wasn't really planning to. Volta's just kind of really important, not just to Halvdan, but to things in general. Uh, so when you were about to do that, I had to intervene. Uh, I do apologize. It wasn't really anything I ever planned to do.
See one of her hands just clenching and unclenching as if making a claw as she's deep in thought. Give me a
I was actually hoping that Halvdan would eventually introduce us, but you know.
give me a charisma empathy roll to see how friendly you seem right now.
I am super friendly. I am friendliness incarnate.
The enchanting voice, I would say, probably wouldn't apply because you are talking to an immortal demon who can do that kind of shit to a greater extent. She probably wouldn't be fooled by that. But Sanctity is doing God's own work for you here.
All right, here goes a willpower point. Ding ding. Because I want this to be as good as I can get it, motherfucker. Let's see. Expression, right? 2, charisma, 7, 8. All right. Difficulty?
Uh, difficulty 6.
What was it that I did? I think I'm eloquent. Check. Yep, I'm eloquent.
I did say charisma empathy. I think you rolled too few dice.
No, that was right.
Right.
Oh, empathy? Empathy?
Daylight,
I thought you said
though.
expression.
Daylight,
Yes,
though.
yes, that is correct. See, I did it right.
Okay, then. Tell me about
I do
this,
have
Bobby.
eloquent, so
Yeah, that does
5
help.
successes
She's
so
not
far.
gonna cut you down. You're good. Tell me about this, Bobby.
I'll go ahead and describe Bobby. It's, pretty important. Yeah, I think he's generally a pretty good dude and such, so I don't know of anything particularly bad about him. He was really worried about Halvdan interacting with demons, but I managed to talk him and, around to at least open-minded about it.
where does this Bobby of yours sleep? Do you know by any chance?
I do know, but I would want to make sure that you're, not going to try and kill him or anything first. At least not without, like, really good reason.
Are you trying to annoy me?
No! I'm trying to make sure no one dies for any real, for reasons that aren't particularly good.
Well, not getting summoned like a little bitch and made to do some crazy vampire's bidding is a good reason, wouldn't you agree?
Mm, It would be a good reason if it happened, but I am positive that Bobby would never do that. Pretty terrified of you guys.
She stands
And
up.
I wouldn't do that. I don't like trying to make people stuff without good reason, so.
Go back to sleep, girl. Go back to sleep. I'll find him on my own. And unless you call her back, she moves to walk out.
I'll just tell her, well, as long as you're not going to try and kill him, I don't mind helping, but
I haven't decided if I'm gonna kill him yet.
do you mind to. No, that wouldn't work very well. You know what? I trust you relatively well. You seem like a pretty decent person. I haven't seen anything that makes me think of you as a bad thing. You're just acting fairly defensively in sense. Uh, Probably not acting out in some kind of rage or anything. Uh, I'll tell you, but I'm going to stay awake and watch how things progress.
Alright. Fine. Your face says it all. Fucking vampires.
Never have truer words been said.
Oh Christ. What would Bobby do here? At least that high. Oh. Yeah. You would be able to watch it happen, and Bobby is essentially fucking terrified when, as the night is falling, she just starts slapping him awake.
Yeah, I did tell her she's terrified of, her kind, like, horribly, but.
Essentially, she talks at him for a little bit, and mostly he goes beep. And eventually, it's something along the lines of her taking the apocalyptical form, pulling him up slightly, and just talking into his face and telling him that he's not gonna use her name in any way. He's not gonna come after her in any fucking way, and he's not gonna share her name in any fucking way. Or else. And he's just
Okay,
there like, well, this
I don't, yeah.
amazing,
think Bobby's doing
beautiful
anything.
person is just like, in his face, and he's just half a second from complete rot wreck. Completely fails willpower. You see the voice of heaven just hammering into his brain. You can almost see the waves of power. You can feel the edges of it just radiating off her. She just drops him and leaves him in a puddle on the floor, walks out.
You know what? That went well.
That could have been worse.
Oh, right. Bobby's terrified, so he needs to know exactly how bad this is. Bobby's gonna try to read her mind as she's leaving. Bobby is that stupid.
Goddamn Bobby.
Oh, and Bobby has no... Okay. Well, Florin does not have a lot of willpower. Okay, that's good. That is actually really good. He did not succeed too well. She won't have to necessarily kill him for this. It was difficulty 7 to sense powers being used. Yeah, she whirls around, comes back in, and... how to put this? The most pathetic bitch fight ensues. Eventually, you probably have to call her off when Bobby reaches like 5 aggravated. To just get her
yeah,
to...
definitely.
She just kicks him once for good measure while he's on the floor before finally walking out for good.
I mean, could have been worse.
That could have been a lot worse. I'm fine with this. But in a way, I kind of feel like this is Bobby's just desserts. So
Maybe just Bobby will learn not to, go into people's minds and see what they know.
or at least just be more careful about it.
Yeah, he did not. For him, it's a reflex. It's just something he does. He doesn't really think of it as acting against someone. But she explained that, no, that counted. No, fuck you, you piece of shit. Fuck you. Oh, and fuck you again. Just these crappy blows, but a fuck ton of them with the extra arms,
Yeah. It's just like watching a, demonic angel slapping somebody with the force of a regular person.
Well, yes, eventually she would have grown claws to make it stick, because she would, mashing wouldn't do anything to Bobby for a while.
He just has a ton of little cuts all over himself.
It's like these horrible, inflamed, charred cat scratches all over him.
Yeah, I know how it feels.
I don't want to talk about it.
He really doesn't want to talk about it.
I mean, I think Bobby's gonna get extra experience, and I think Florin is gonna get extra experience for this happening in the downtime. Eventually, once we assign those, because... yeah.
Alright, well, I'll go ahead while she's going out. Just before she leaves, I'll just say thank you a lot for letting us go like this. Really appreciate it.
You can add her as a contact because of how you handle it.
I was actually just about to say, if she wants to talk again, she can come by at any time. I don't mind.
And I'm gonna add another vampire contact on her sheet.
Ding ding.
I mean, it's a win-win situation, right?
One of these days, it's gonna be like, okay, Halvdan, I'm gonna need you to pour some blood into this dead body and not ask any questions. I'll tell you in a year or two. For now, I just need some people.
Roger, Roger.
You know, that actually went about as I expected, to be completely honest.
Demon Tyrant of New Orleans in 50 years. Just being around for that long, being out for that long, that even if she's a scrub, that's a huge advantage.
Yep. Hey, she already has a contact that has, you know, virtual control of the media. Yay. And this city.
Alrighty then.
I think a lot of demons like that, so.
Are there any other conversations that come to mind that you want to have, Epic?
I'm actually just somewhat curious of how the Nosferatu Primogen describes what she was thinking with the Toreador Primogen incident. I'm pretty sure I'd forgive her if she even does it in a half decent way, but I do feel semi want to just know what she would have said there.
I don't think she would have been honest. Would you have read her mind?
If she doesn't seem to be honest, almost certainly.
Yeah, you'd probably be able to tell, especially if your Auspex was running, even with her insane lying stats. So, she would cover with something like it seemed inappropriate, and that one is crazy. I know things about him and the kind of things he's done, and you can contest with your perception empathy at a 3 due to Auspex.
Okay.
Yeah, probably has heard things about him, but that's more of a cover. This is her, covering her real reason.
Yeah, she would definitely. She would first just really try to convince her, just tell her what was really going on. She doesn't really care about the secrets or anything, but asking for his final death was a pretty major step right there.
Mm-hmm. Then go ahead and give me the intelligence subterfuge roll for, reading a vampire.
There goes our willpower point. Da, da, da. Intelligence subterfuge.
Roll at a 6.
One moment. Apparently it's lagging. There we go. Well, if it was 6, it didn't do anything. It would need to be down to 4.
You would get a tiny flicker of something about shifting Andy's balance of power in her favor.
Oh, that's actually plenty of stuff then.
And from that, you have seen enough to infer that essentially, in a lot of these cases, it's rare for a regime to be extremely close with both Nosferatu and Toreador, or not be to some extent involved with at least one of them. So if he's really pissed off all the Toreador, then he's probably gonna swing in favor of the Nosferatu. Hence, probably what she was thinking of. Her clan's well-being, in other words, since she has been kind of frozen out so far.
Alright. I do think that she would be willing to open about, forgiving her for this and everything. But please don't go so far as to trying to get people to get final death. Or at least not without some kind of forewarning to try and, really block it.
You know what, Vivian? How about I give you a freebie on information? She leans in close and whispers in your ear. is always on drugs. It's unstable of it.
Holy shit, is she telling the truth?
As far as you can tell from what you're picking up from her thoughts, yes.
Well, I'm impressed he made Primogen.
The Primogen's a druggie.
Wow, that's some bad news.
And just drifting across the surface of her mind, I wonder if I managed to poison her attitude towards him.
Not really towards him, but possibly towards his position. She doesn't really mind vampires being druggies. She might mind the Primogen being a druggie.
Yeah, have fun with that.
Because I'm not sure if you remember, but the drugs generally are fucking horrible. I mean, she's more worried that he's just going to lead the Toreador into just, horrible places with that information. Well,
Flashbacks
thank you.
to random talks like any kind of vessel you ever need, any taste. Oh, that's what he meant.
All right. Well, thank you. Just try and, I generally just really dislike that kind of thing, but I can understand. Thank you for talking. Well, if you need any help, I'm still around. All right, that was the conversation I really wanted to just hear how it went. It went very interesting.
Yeah, there's no way she wouldn't know about that because he doesn't make a huge secret of it. And he's the Toreador Primogen, they would have checked him out. At least in passing.
Yeah, I'm so curious how he got elected. Did he get assigned? Who did this?
He is an ancilla, the other two are neonates. And he has enough status because he provided valuable services like helping feed the attacking forces when they couldn't get vessels on their own or didn't have the time.
I need to bring another Toreador in here.
You can spend a downtime action trying to entice people from outside the city. Where
Heck,
appropriate.
if nothing else, I certainly have somebody I could back with the Toreadors once Marcella gets back.
Yeah, problem with Marcella is she cares a lot less about politics. She's more of an artiste.
Yeah, well, that's a lot better than the other two so far. I'll take an artist Toreador Primogen.
These were the people Steele would have had to manage if he had ended up playing with us.
God bless.
Yeah, I'm gonna either have to bring somebody else in or just have Marcella take over the seat. Either way. Oh shit.
Oh,
Like again, I don't mind the drug thing. It's just I don't want someone in power having that drug thing.
you know, given that you can find out relatively easily using your aspect, it's cocaine.
Oh, okay, that's not the worst. Okay.
He has. You know, you probably care more about the human carnage of it because he's essentially running quote-unquote modeling agency, which is the most predatory, stereotypical modeling agency you can kind of think of.
I mean, all the cool kids do it.
Hence the money, hence the herd, hence the drugs. Lots of dominating and conditioning going on in there. Not pretty to look at.
She'll be rather disappointed in him, but that actually does decrease the need to turn him away from the Primogen seat.
He has been around long enough. He's found a thing that works and he's perfected it, essentially.
Again, she's not exactly like going to hold some kind of cross or
Oh.
something for people for general.
Actually, I can
stuff.
actually write in a specific weakness for his beauty thing. Smoothly running organizations. If everything is running just right, God, that is perfect.
Okay. Well, good to know.
And I think at this point we get to where Demi might be spending a destiny point. First of all, roll a luck die to see if another vampire is with you when this happens. Okay. So probably a Malk is with you.
Is this like the same night or some nights
No,
after?
this is later on. You would have at least, we're gonna say you can take your willpower up to 4 for this. You would have a few points to work with here.
Yeah, okay. After finishing with that girl, I would have gone hunting, so should I see how much blood I get back?
No, this would be months later. We're gonna roll randomly again.
Okay. Let me do it then.
So 10 plus 1d10.
Okay.
Alright. So someone is definitely with you. Roll 1d6 to see which of the Malkavians is with you. Okay, Bobby is with you. He's still traumatized. He keeps talking about you'll protect me from her, right? No idea who he's talking about, but
I have no idea who he's talking about, but comfort him, assure him.
his hands wander downwards as you go to sleep. As per the usual.
You get used to it as the months go.
Okay. Alright. So,
Thank you.
this is where things are gonna get interesting. First of all, Demi, roll perception alertness for me.
Difficulty 6?
Difficulty 6. Yeah, you're pretty sure that people locally have started to realize that you're the degenerate. Men in particular have been watching you a lot, giving you disapproving looks.
Might need to
Do you
lay low
make
a little
any
bit.
adjustments to your routine because of this?
Probably minor. Actually no. It's probably because I'm going in the same bars and whatnot, and people are getting used to me as the regular, and they know who I am, right?
Might be.
Yeah. I might just play it a little bit less slow. Maybe not as common. You know.
Go to some different
I think
places?
that's about. Yeah, that would be one point as well.
Okay. Yeah. How is your apartment secured?
Is it?
You tell me, it's your
I'm not sure
haven.
it is.
I assume
mean,
not
it's,
very, cause you're a tough bastard. And you don't give a fuck about most things, but
I think the only thing I would really have is a good door. I think that's about it to the extent. I mean, it's not like I have any electronics in it. I don't think that's even a thing yet for houses.
Nope.
I'm in an apartment complex. I don't think even my windows are fully barred because I don't know why. I think I'm like on the higher floors. I just feel like that would
You're
be it.
probably like on the 4th floor or something. You're ways up.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't think the windows would even be barred.
Okay, so Halvdan, give me perception at 8.
Just perception?
Yeah, and you can pick up another willpower point for the bursts of this because it would have taken them longer to find you because of you trying to throw people watching you off. Okay. You and Bobby both hear something scratching at the door. Sounds metallic. Roll to stay awake.
Okay, yeah, that's rolling just humanity, right?
Yes, at 8. Take down some willpower for Bobby.
I
He
was
goes.
gonna say I feel like I would spend one willpower point just in case because the last time. Well, no, that's out of character now. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna be spending willpower point as for this.
Bobby is paranoid. Yeah, he spends willpower like candy, and he's staying awake for the scene.
So do I roll more?
Yes.
Yeah, you need 5.
You need 5.
You'll stay awake for a turn for every
Yeah,
success.
I think I'll do
but
one more
you
just
need
in
to get
case.
5 for a
I
scene.
need it.
Okay.
You're right. You did need it.
So that's a total of 3. Do you want to spend another one to get, keep going?
Oh, god damn it. I need to
Or
stay
just
awake.
2 to make sure you do it.
I'll do one more. God fucking damn it.
All right. Do you want to spend one more to guarantee it?
No.
Do you want to roll
I
for
can't.
it? Are you sure? You should have had 5 going into this.
I know. I'm down to 2.
It's during the day. This is not a good thing. It sounds like someone's trying to work the lock without a proper key.
That's a no-no. Nobody comes to my place uninvited. Yeah,
You come into the bear's den, you die.
I'm spending one more willpower point.
Okay.
And watch me get like 3 successes on this roll. Oh, fucking god.
Nope, you needed the willpower point. You're good.
So,
didn't
Demi,
need to
I'm
roll,
gonna
by the
need
way.
you to roll initiative. Because there's people outside that want to do bad things to your vampire body.
Is that a sailor?
Green veteran beat Bobby. Halvdan barely beats the Marine veteran.
Bobby is gonna reach under the pillow and pull out the gun. They are gonna continue trying to get through the door quietly. Because they still think you're asleep.
Huh. Now I'm questioning, like, I don't know who's, behind the door. But, I probably wouldn't have hunters or just people in general on my mind. Since, the last time somebody tried this, it was a fucking reach. So, I think out of necessity, I think I would have prepared claws.
Okay. You extend claws.
I mean, I don't know who's... Oh, actually, wait a second. No, I have a peek hole, right?
You do. Do you want to try and sneak over and peek out quietly?
Huh.
Essentially, it's gonna take them a little while to get through the lock because you said you had invested in a good door.
Yeah, that would be probably the only thing I would have had. So instead of that, I think instead of actually no, I think I just buff dexterity up to 4, and then try and stealth and see who's fucking through the peephole.
Okay, so we're not in full combat time yet, so give me dex stealth.
Okay.
They are gonna roll perception alertness, but they're gonna be rolling at an 8.
Okay, and I'm at 6, right?
Yeah. Okay, you peek out. You can see at least 2 people within your eye shot, and the way they carry themselves. You are in the army. They are in civilian clothes, but the way they carry themselves screams soldier.
The fuck? Our soldiers here. Picking my fucking lock. Excuse me?
I mean, local degenerate, they had to do something.
How do you get out of this one, Debbie?
You can feel the weight of the sun pushing down on you, even through the walls. It's light outside.
It is. By the way, I rolled high, so it's not. Yeah, I rolled 5, so I will stay awake, right?
Yes, for the scene. You have a chance to deal with them, or try and run off and hide. You could mistform and leave Bobby to die.
Of course, if you missed form, it'll be weird, but hey, don't head outside.
You know, this is my human instinct kicking in. When somebody tries to pick a door, call 911.
Okay, do you wish to call 911 then?
I probably wouldn't though. Halvdan wouldn't call 911. That's the thing.
Yeah, from what you can see, one of them is leaning down and working on the lock, and the other one is holding something in his coat, covering him from whatever might come outside the door suddenly.
So yeah, they're armed.
You can assume so, yes.
And if it's in a coat, it's probably a fucking pistol. Huh.
What was the service sidearm during the Second World War? Epic and thereabouts. How large?
Let's see. Service. They were pretty big. I actually think it was larger than what it eventually became at the time. I think they used it like.
So either a heavy
Here, I'll
pistol
just
or
look it up.
heavy revolver.
It was the first, if I remember correctly from my looks into like World War II and stuff, the standard issue pistols and stuff were just the previous incarnation of the Deagle. I won't say I'm completely right. It's been a long time since I looked it up, but
Okay, so we're gonna call it 7 bullets and 6 dice of damage, for simplicity's sake.
Bam. That's a big gun.
Let's see. Yep, it was a .45 ACP cartridge, and it was the M1911. Yep. Not really the Deagle quite, but yeah.
I mean, the Deagle is supposed to be 7 or 8 dice in this system if you take the extra weapon lists according to Cal, so it could be worse.
It's a .45 ACP. That's pretty damn big, so.
Yeah, Demi, something that you all seem to have forgotten. This was a bot town for decades. There are well-established, well-trained, experienced hunter groups here, somewhere. And you are a local degenerate.
Yeah, I know, but you know, it's escaping my mind right now.
You know, I'll be honest. I completely did forget that there was hunter groups around here. I really did.
I didn't.
Oh, the prime candidate for the new prince and the Gabriel Primogeniture slain by hunters. When will this menace end? More at 11. I mean, you haven't seen if they have a Flammenwerfer yet, Demi. It could get so much worse.
That is true. Should I maybe roll like wits something to notice that they might be hunters? Because it is escaping sort of my mind right now.
I'm not sure you have anything that would help you really tell from what they've been doing so far.
Roll with Gangrel lore about you can roll it a 6, you have a lot of it.
A strange combination, but okay.
That's a really strange.
It's a collection of stories about your clan's experiences, essentially, which is why it applies.
Oh, fair enough.
You know, not really much of a problem for your clan, but Gangrel don't go into the cities. Usually because that's where the mortals are, and even sheep sometimes band together when they realize there's a predator. They might be, blind and stupid and rarely realize it, but when they do, even sheep can take down a wolf.
Right, so...
To be honest, from how things have been described, I almost just thought it was a bunch of possible ex-boyfriends or husbands. They just happen to be ex-Marines.
That
dude.
that is also a possibility, yes. And that's probably still your prime theory, actually. But back of your mind's like, oh, I've heard about moments like these. I've heard about Gangrel barely escaping something like this.
In my glorious tactical mind, I feel like me and Bobby should do an ambush on him. I mean, I know my own place.
You look back, you can't see Bobby anymore.
Motherfucker.
I mean, what do you think? He's stupid?
Well, up to me.
Oh, right, I just noticed this. It would have been even more of a bitch fight, because Bobby has a lot of fortitude he's learned at this point. So it would have been absolutely pathetic with both of them ineffectually bashing at each other. Demons can heal all of their bashing with a single fate point, so it would have been absolutely pathetic on both sides. Yeah, just so you're aware.
That's hilarious.
So these guys have obviously come from me. The thing is, though, well, in the back of the head, I am sort of thinking that they're dangerous and whatnot, but I'm not sure if I would use claws to sort of fuck him up. So
I mean, you're in an apartment building with some people about to infringe on your property. Good luck.
Yeah. How would I? Should I think like a redneck?
I mean, this is New Orleans, not redneck. They're generally not hicks here.
Yeah, this is more of a melting pot of cultures, a lot of them of African American influence, I believe, and French, a lot of French stuff. Not so much redneck, no.
Yeah. I'm positive there's a couple around, but it's not like a common thing. As common as things are in New Orleans.
God damn, No. It's not that it's how I think I would go around this, because I'm kind of going back to the tendency. They're just mortals, just end them. But at the same time, it's like they're mortals. They're weak. No need to end them. But at the same time, you did give me that warning, so it's like they could be dangerous. So maybe ending them is the right way.
Well, while you're thinking, I'm gonna give him another roll on the lockpicks. You hear a click. The one dude straightens, nods at the other one. You see him gesture down the hall, beckoning someone closer, look the other way, do the same. Ooh.
Wait, so there's multiple? So there's more than two, right?
You can
You
only
now
see
know there's
two,
more than two.
but yes, there are at least two more at the ends of the hall. Keeping a lookout, apparently. Or they were.
This is too organized. These motherfuckers need to die now.
You see them actually. One of them pulls out a stake and a hammer. Two more pull out heavy pistols, and one of them pulls out a hatchet. They stack up next to the door, ready to breach.
How
does this make you feel?
Motherfuckers is what I feel.
Jackalor's comment, oh fuck.
That's about right.
So, how I feel like I would do it. Let me just do a little bit of thought in my head. Yeah, claws out, flesh of marble, get my things up and ready. And I don't have much time. They're about to come in, so I can't turn into a fucking bear.
Give me wits stealth to hide in the closet appropriately without being detected or giving yourself away.
Okay, difficulty?
7, you're slightly hurrying, but it's, you know this place well. Keep in mind, you are limited by humanity, if that ends up mattering. Okay.
Oh, no, that's okay.
They are trying to detect you through the door, if at all, and yep, they have no idea. You are in the closet, peeking through a gap of some kind. Just, you see the door slowly, silently open, and just these shadows stalking, fanning out.
Yeah, I've already had my dex buffed to 4, as
Okay, I'm gonna give you, say, 2 turns worth of buffing. What do you use that for? What are you activating?
Wish I rolled higher on the blood buff now, but I have 4 dex. I'd probably go for another 2 strength.
Okay.
So that's another 2 down. And by the way, I just need to ask something because I remember sort of remember, but at the same time I don't. If I were fighting like this in sort of self-defense and decided to drain somebody, would I lose humanity? Like, would it be a conscience roll?
These
With them
people,
taking in guns and stuff right now, they are pretty obviously a major threat.
they are a major threat. It really depends. This is one of the situations where it might be close, because in your case, these people seem much like you. They might just be trying to stop a monster that's preying on the young women's.
Oh shit, you're right. They're heroes.
They are.
That is true.
They carry themselves with pride. They are serving their country right now by killing you.
But at the same time, I really don't see it because, you know, if you want to do something to me, you don't fucking bring heavy pistols and a hatchet.
And
You
a
know?
stake and a hammer.
Yeah, if it's a stake, I mean, at that point, it's kind of obvious.
I mean, yes, they are here to fight a vampire or ambush a vampire.
Yeah, and I mean,
Well, they made a
self-preservation.
mistake. They are not the knight.
God, I wish I was the knight right now.
Okay. Are you
So,
done buffing?
yeah, and I think that what I'm going to do is would I? I think I'm going to actually buff Dex one more time to 5.
Okay.
And what my plan was sort of is, I mean, they're going to be checking this place, right? And somebody is going to come to the closet. That's kind of obvious.
Mm-hmm.
So what I was thinking was sneak. So when he's like about to, open, basically sneak attack him.
Hi, chomp.
Yeah, and chomp. Yeah, and drain. So I get more blood, and then I can sort of hopefully survive, you know, and then go on the others.
Okay. Well,
10 out of 10
you see
planning.
them just move in, look at the bed, stop, and then one of them gives a couple of hand signals, and you see one of them move to the window and grab hold of the heavy curtains and ready an action. The others start looking
Motherfucker.
around.
Of course they fucking did.
It's one of the ones with the
I was
gun.
expecting
He's
that.
gonna hold back, and Bobby just casually steps away from the horrible sunlight that's about to flood and heads down the hall.
So he's gonna be safe.
Roll a luck die, Demi, to see if this building has hallway or stairwell windows of any kind. Okay, there's probably one or two in the stairwell, but the hallways are well and truly sun-safe. So you're good for now, and Bobby isn't gonna die yet.
There is one thing that I might be able to do, because fighting in sunlight is a bad idea. And what would have maybe, just possibly, turning into my small owl form and hide between my clothes. I do get a -2 to stealth rolls with it, so I might be able to actually hide myself in the fucking closet.
Just remember, the transformation will cause blood to go faster. You want to try that?
I know. That's why I'm just, kind of asking. You don't have common sense, you piece of fucking shit. I wish I had it.
You don't have it.
Uh-oh.
I don't think we can actually recommend or de-recommend any actions.
How
Really.
much
I
blood do
know.
you have left?
5.
At this point? Well, I'm not gonna help you. No, fuck you. You're absolutely right. You could take all form. But you would have to shift back before you could attack effectively if they saw you, which would leave you fucked in that case.
God fucking damn. I was kind of expecting Bobby to help a piece of motherfucking shit. with
You
a
don't
gun,
know where
but
he is.
no.
He is obfuscated. You can't see him.
Oh, I know. That's why I fucking expected it. Sunlight's bad. It's gonna be next turn, and it's gonna happen. Even if I fucking jump on the guy, sort of reactions are gonna say that he's going to open up the window.
It's a prepared action. He's ready for something to jump out.
To open up the curtains.
Yeah, if shit goes down, curtains come flying open.
I think I'm going to do the owl thing.
Woohoo!
Do you spend blood to go faster?
Yeah. How was it? Was it 3 blood points to instantly, or was it 2?
It was 3 in total. 1 to activate it and 2 to make it go faster.
I'm
I
gonna
remember
check as soon as the external hard drive fucking spins up.
Here, I'll
Please
bring it up real quick.
No,
Talking
it's
about
what page?
200. Spends 1 blood point to assume the desired shape. Requires 3 turns to complete. Spending additional blood points to reduce the time of transformation by 1 turn per point spent to a minimum of 1 turn. So yes, total of 3 blood points. It'll still take 1 turn.
So if I spend 2 blood points, it would be 2 turns. I'd be so fucking low on blood. I need to have...
Do you think you have 2 turns? They've realized you're not on the bed and the suspicion has risen.
Yeah. Fucking hell. if I transform, I'll have 2 blood points left, which means 1 for awakening again, hopefully. Fucking God bless. And which I kind of need.
You can
So-
awake using a health level.
Oh yeah, that was a point.
Unless they slice you to
You know,
ribbons.
I'll do it. I'll fucking 3 blood points, 1 turn into an owl, hide between the clothes.
Alright. Give me
Hiding.
a wits stealth. I'm gonna
Had to
let
be
you
wits,
roll
that-
at a 6 because you have the debuffs, even though it's a very confined space and you're a big ass owl.
I was meant to be a small ass owl.
Owls are generally pretty big unless you somehow went
You
and found one of the
are
really
a,
small
I think
ones.
you were a big ass northern owl. The way we
I
discussed
remember
it.
I remember us talking that I'm kind of a smallish owl due to
No,
Plus
I-
one
I don't
difficulty
remember
to
you.
hit means that you are not that
I-
small.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
not. I remember you going for a fairly big owl, but you just went really high on the stealth and stuff.
Yeah. You're a silent motherfucker, but you are pretty big. Luckily, the coloration and your clothing, at least as seen in the picture, kind of fits, so we can say that your natural camouflage does not make you stand out even more.
I'm kind of tempted to use my last fucking willpower point to fucking survive.
You
And
could
then
call the demon. You know the name.
No, not yet. No, I never used to call her on anything. It doesn't make sense.
You did activate Flesh of Marble, I believe.
Yes, I
You
did.
did.
Okay.
So, I think I'm okay. If I spend this 1 willpower point, that's basically gonna make me for the other night just basically acting to survive. So basically, just me and my bon vivant thing, going even flirting out with more people and
Yeah,
the game-
probably.
fucking degenerate on the rise again. But you know what? Spend the 1 willpower. Let's do it.
Alright.
5 successes.
Good job.
Okay. It's eerily silent the way they move, almost as if they're trained, experienced killers. But eventually, yeah. The closet door does open, and you kind of have to close your eyes to not give away yourself with the glint of your shiny owl eyes. And you can feel the warmth of the body on you, as if someone is very close, moving the clothing around, looking.
Is this the time where I pray to Odin?
Pretty much. They probably do move as a group, so this would be assisted by the ones not by the window. Luckily for you,
They
They-
suck.
okay, you hear muttered conversation. And then you hear the door close. Roll perception alertness.
Perception awareness. Okay, difficulty 6.
Yes.
Oh shit.
Okay, they've left.
I mean,
They're well and truly gone.
Even if they left, they seem like I hear that there's nobody there, right? But
Mhm,
knowing
yeah.
that they're experienced and they kind of just left, I'm probably going to stay inside the closet for another 5 or 10 minutes.
Okay. Here's the thing, Demi. If you fall asleep in there, the owl form will revert because it says till next dawn, and I'm gonna take that as reading till you go to sleep for the day.
So 7 at 8.
No.
Nope.
If you only wait 5 or 10 minutes, the scene wouldn't be quite over yet.
Ah, okay then. So yeah, after that, I had tried to, with my big owly eyes, try to see if there's. Did they leave the closet kinda open, or did
No,
they fully
they
close
put
it?
things back the way they are supposed to be. More or less.
Okay. So yeah, after 5 or 10, I think I would, with my big fucking owly eyes, try and see if I could see anything out of the closet.
Okay. Fuck. I think our eyes are relatively conspicuous. So, you can give me a perception alertness roll, and the Marines are gonna get the same.
I do think he might need to open it slightly too.
We did say there was a slight gap.
Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't hear that
He
part.
had left that
So
previously.
I noticed them faster than they noticed me, so I'm able to go back to hiding, right?
No, they just don't know what they saw. They think they saw. You just see a shape, a shadow by the wall, straighten, and just gesture something towards the closet.
Back to owl hiding. Or do it. God
Okay.
fucking damn it.
Okay, at this point, they are gonna start to take the pieces of clothing out one by one and put them on the bed.
Yeah, I can't really turn back instantaneously. That would take me a turn, right? I just want to know this
It
before
still
anything
takes at
happens.
least one turn. Takes a minimum of one
Yeah,
turn.
Chris kind of rushed it. I wanted to just see if that would actually happen, if it would take a turn, because at this point they haven't left. They're coming here.
You,
Uh,
given how this is stacked up, essentially you can turn back without them taking a reaction attack on you, but after that you're gonna be normal initiative.
God fucking bless. I have nothing else to do, so let us do this.
Oh, actually, you do remember that there are only 3 shapes working on the closet. 2 of them covering, 1 of them doing that, and you remember the dude by the drapes.
Always the fucking guy with the drapes. That's what I'm saying. I mean, if they fucking take out everything, it's still suspicious. Or no, even if the I was gonna see if I could pretend to be an actual owl and just be like a fucking pet in the thing. But then I realized even if I fucking come out, I might still get fucked.
Just as a reaction, they might throw the drapes open anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm not gonna say, but yeah.
Jackalor's just
God,
secretly
fucking-
loving this.
I mean, yeah, of course Jack was fucking secretly loving this because 4 hunters did better in coming into my place than he did with a fucking gargoyle.
You don't know how many more are watching the other exits and entrances.
You know what? I've made my mind. Turn back and let's fucking ambush at least the first guy who's getting
I
out.
don't think you're ambushing anybody, but okay.
It wouldn't be an ambush unless you dove at them in an owl, in the owl shape.
Yeah, but the fucking curtains would still come out open. But though, if I come out flying as an owl, that does seem more animal-like.
I don't think you're doing yourself any favors by seeming more animal-like.
I know. Yeah, let's fight. Fuck it. It was fault.
Okay. Roll a luck die for cloud cover.
Fuck.
Okay. So,
It's a really bright day.
with a 1, as you take shape in front of the startled Marines, you look to the right of yourself, and you see the sun that's slowly heading towards setting hit you straight in the face.
Papa bless.
Roll for Rorschach difficulty 9, direct sunlight. Keep in mind your blood pool limits your ability to resist.
Oh wait, my blood pool. Wait a second. So 2. I have 2 dice, right?
Or did we nix that rule?
We nixed
Did
that
we-
rule. Not on the
no, I
rot
think
strike. The current. It still applies to the self-control, but not the rot strike.
I
You know
thought we only
what?
did that for
You know
humanity.
what? I never
Yeah,
liked
because we
that
nixed
rule
the rule for
anyway.
We nixed the rule for humanity, but we still let blood control the self-control one.
You know what? Fuck that rule. I've never liked. Let me just roll your fool's thing because
I did.
Then he just did,
okay.
and
Yeah, I
he
botched.
just botched.
Oh dear. Would you like to spend a destiny point?
At this point, yes.
Okay, so somehow in your blind panic with Bobby having bitten the one that was watching the hallway, you're able to run and somehow huddle in either a basement or an attic without completely dying as they chase after you, shooting you repeatedly as you're, burning.
Well, it looks impressive. There's a flaming owl going throughout the apartment.
Oh no,
building.
he turned back, so he's just smashing through everything in his path with his buffed strength and dex.
Papa bless.
So, next
Well,
night, you
good
wake
job.
up with 1 blood point, 5 points of ag, and a very, very sad feeling about yourself.
Nice.
If Bobby had not stunned that one, you probably owe him some kind of a boon, because if that one had been to
Yeah.
block your escape, you would be dead by now.
Yeah.
So there were at least a cell of 5 hunters, possibly 1 or 2 more watching the windows. So a proper fucking group. And they just tried to end you.
No shit, Sherlock.
I mean, it might not be a life boon if the fucker was on his own, but moderate or major. Yeah, you have the
Probably.
advantage of the Malks liking you, Demi, so he's not gonna claim a life boon for this. But you do owe him. So, remember when I said that you might need to spend a destiny point? This was what I was talking about.
10 out of 10.
The degeneracy was not a good thing necessarily. And there's a reason why Fabe... Oh, fuck. This is gonna spread like wildfire. Your fame is now directly linked to you being a vampire for the hunters.
Come on. And yeah.
These fuckers have... They're not Leopold, but they have Leopold contacts. They are proper, organized, an experienced cell. They are not scrubs. You are lucky they did not have true faith. I decided to be merciful on that and decided that with the naval base it was more likely to be soldier types.
Well,
Yeah, whatever. Just go with it.
that happened.
Yeah.
So what do you do once the night rolls around and you wake? Somehow still not dead, just badly burned.
I don't fucking know at this point. I mean, I'm at 0 willpower. What the fuck do I do?
Party?
Yeah, with fucking 5 ag on me. Clearly.
You essentially act according to your nature if there is no pressing survival related concerns. So, if you feel like being safe or getting blood is more important without, partying, then that's what you would do.
I mean, a man's got a party in his top shape, so I feel like the first thing that would come is healing up the wounds and getting blood back.
Okay.
And then partying. Which is a bad idea, but yes, I would have to.
Well, what do you tell the Gangrel and the Malkavians? Do you even check in and let them know you're still alive?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I definitely tell it. I'd probably tell it to Maxim, who's, the only one who's not really crazy. And definitely, well, Bobby knows, but I'd have to, tell Bobby that I'm safe. And then to Valda and Vivian, definitely.
Okay.
Like a starter.
Vivian is definitely going to get very interested in this and start looking to see if she can find any hunter cells in the city for a little while.
You can certainly spend anything after your first downtime action because this happens, you can use a downtime action to try and identify as many as possible.
No. I mean, I don't have much politics, but contacting the sheriff as well would be a good idea, right?
Yeah, it's generally hunters just try to shank one of the most prominent elders in the city. That's called a sheriff offense, yes.
Yeah. So yeah, I probably see if Kirk could help Vivian, locate the hunter cells. Fucking, I mean, I'd give them the clues of what I saw. Fucking Marines. God bless.
Well, soldiers of some kind.
Well, yeah, okay, soldiers.
Yeah, probably would see the naval base as the best place to start, honestly, then. How would Maxim feel about this? He would...
I mean...
I think we need to play out this conversation.
Come on, not anymore, please. I'm already dead inside.
You would have had a normal conversation before this happens with Maxim, so how would that one have gone?
I mean, I don't think define normal when another prominent guy just goes and like, why are you so heavily burned? Well, I just partied too hard, man.
No, I mean before this whole Hunter thing happened, when you were just establishing whether you could trust him at all.
Oh, Hunter thing. I would probably be discussing more about, the Gangrel and whatnot, helping their progress, seeing as Maxim's not the crazy one, the others are, seeing what the both of them could do, and etc.
Okay. Yeah, he essentially just plays along with that, but at some point he would ask you what the Archon wanted to speak to you about.
What the Archon talked to me about?
Yeah.
1 second, please.
It had been too long since I had crushed Demi's spirit.
So, I was going to say, I think Vivian would really investigate the room and everything. They probably couldn't clean up too well and left several of their own, little possessions and such.
Yes, but something like... Actually, they're not necessarily stupid, and you could try and see if Halvdans saved some of the bullets, but they might have been smart enough to pick up the casings. Through a matter of practice and not attracting attention from the police.
Yep. Well, they already shot in the apartment building, so probably already gained some kind of attention that way.
They did. It's just a question of not being identifiable. They've been fighting the Sabbat and they've survived, so these are the bad kind of hunters.
I just figure that with how that went down, they probably didn't have that much time to try and completely conceal their tracks. So I was going to try and find like some kind of personal objects and stuff and use, Aspects 3 on it.
You could find something that would give you some minimal kind of impression, but they wouldn't have left a lot behind that's personal to them specifically, mostly things that they handled in passing.
But it was part of a pretty big event, probably for all people around.
Yeah, probably like the fifth vampire they have attacked in a planned manner. Or the sixth.
So yeah, I think she would try and just find this particular cell first to try and see about trying to, dismantle this.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't think Debbie would think about it, but I think Vivian would realize pretty quick that his actions being so open and such, it makes him a pretty easy target to find again.
I mean, this kind of would fuck with his ability to become Prince. Luckily, it kicks in later on, because they don't find him for a couple of months, but at the same time, ooh.
If we can dismantle the cell before things go too far, we should be fine. Which is why I'm trying to do what I'm doing.
No, the problem is that he put himself in this position in the first place. That makes him look bad.
That's not that bad. No, that wouldn't hurt anyone's chances for princedom.
To an extent, the one problem with this is that people might tie this to that, fighting people in front of cameras thing, which was completely unnecessary.
No, this one's not near as bad. No, seriously, this one.
As in, this would be seen as a direct consequence of having done that.
Then it's still just that one. That would still be just the same.
We'll see how it goes, Epic.
No, I really don't get the line of thought on this one. The hunter's coming from reaction from something he's already done makes sense, but the hunters attacking him shouldn't have a particular effect. It really shouldn't.
It reminds people of his fuck up. It's logically no, it shouldn't. Appearance and politics and public image wise, yes, it would have some kind of an effect. Because it isn't bad, but it looks bad is the problem.
How does it look bad?
It looks, when put together, like he's reckless and attracting hunters. It depends on how people spin this a lot. It shouldn't be anywhere near as difficult to deflect blame from him compared to what the initial fuck up was like. But at the same time, it might have some kind of an effect, or it might have no effect depending on how the rest of the factors balance out.
Yeah, I'd agree with that, but that's part of why I'm saying I don't think this would have a particular effect. The people that are in the know are generally his friends and allies.
News of a hunter attack and them being on people's trail would spread. Maxim would tell the other gangrel to be careful. This would not stay contained. Kurt would tell his clan and anyone else he's on friendly terms with. It would spread to virtually eventually, in a couple of days.
That's fine, but this was a single hunter attack. it's, as far as I know, one of the very first ones to have happened.
Yes,
It's months
and
after the it's months after the incident. I
and that
can't
helped.
see this hurting that
Epic, for
much.
fuck's sake! He's a 600-year-old gangrel and they nearly got him. That is scary, because most everyone is a wimp compared to Halvdan.
Scary, yes. Hurting chances for princedom, I find that hard to believe.
When combined with the fact that it looks like he is attracting more attention of the people who are also very scary, yes, it might, because scared people can be unpredictable, which is why it could snap in his favor as the one who's actually faced them and survived, possibly if he spins it just right, or could snap very heavily against him, again because of fear. Irrational, stupid fear. Because, from a vampire's point of view, fuckers like this should not be able to come within a hair's breadth of ashing an elder. That's not supposed to happen, in theory.
I thought the theory was we keep the masquerade because that's an issue.
Yes. Which ties into him already having broken the masquerade and made this be a thing. And everyone knows that Halvdan is very much in the public eye. For fuck's sake, the Elysium is in his personal domain. He could lead the hunters very easily, or might have led hunters to having leads
Okay,
on
let me
many of
put it
them.
this way. I don't see why this is a big deal when gaining the ire of the werewolves isn't a big deal. Going and trying everything that Bacon has done, you've said doesn't really affect his chances at princedom or anything like that. So I don't see why this would be such a big deal for somebody trying to become prince. Maybe it's just the perception I've gotten from the way you've put the city, but that's how it feels to me.
The werewolves have a default state of constant threat to vampires. Hunters, public perception-wise, would be seen, if you're good little vampire mind the masquerade, they're not a threat to you, generally. There's not a
And
constant air of...
werewolves aren't considered a threat because they don't enter town. But they entered town. They kidnapped the prince.
Okay. Let me put it this way. I'm telling you, as the ST, to be fucking careful how you handle this politically as a way of trying to help you avoid any potential bullshit, because fear makes idiot vampires unpredictable.
I mean, I'm partly doing this because Demi's away, so.
He's not away. He's been back for a while.
You
I'm
have
pretty
been, Demi?
sure.
Still sure about that?
Never mind. I'm gonna split it here anyway.